When your cat follows you from room to room, do you actually know what that means? Yes, it feels like they just want attention, maybe even a little needy. But behind that simple behavior, there's something deeper that most people miss. It's one of the most emotionally loaded things your cat can do. And if you misunderstand it, which most owners do, you might push them away or miss what they've been trying to tell you all along. Let's start with what that behavior really means. Have you ever noticed how your cat quietly trails behind you, even when you're not doing anything interesting? Most people think it's just about food or boredom. Here's what's actually happening. Your cat isn't just following you for a reward. They're tracking you because you are their point of safety. In the wild, cats don't move randomly. They stay aware of what matters, what keeps them alive. And over time, you've become part of that system. So when your cat follows you, they're not being clingy. They're staying close to what feels secure. And emotionally, that matters more than you think. Because your cat is saying, I feel safer when I'm near you. Think about that for a second. They could stay alone, independent, distant, but instead they choose proximity. And by the way, if your cat ever follows you but suddenly stops or keeps distance, don't brush it off. We'll get to what that really means later, and it's something most owners wish they understood sooner. Have you ever noticed how your cat behaves differently depending on how you respond to them? Most people assume cats are just unpredictable. Here's what's actually happening. A 2019 study from the University of Lincoln found that cats form attachment styles similar to human infants, secure or insecure depending on their environment. And animal cognition research shows that consistent, gentle interaction lowers stress hormones in cats. That means your daily behavior, how you speak, move, and respond, directly affects how your cat feels internally. Think about that. Your tone, your timing, your energy, it changes their body chemistry. So when you do small things like speaking softly, moving slowly, or acknowledging them, you're not just interacting, you're regulating how safe they feel. And here's what most people don't realize. Love to a cat isn't loud, it's predictable. It's not about doing more, it's about doing things in a way their nervous system understands. Have you ever noticed your cat rubbing their face against your hand, your leg, or even your phone? Most people think it's just affection. Here's what's actually happening. Cats have scent glands around their cheeks, forehead, and body. When they rub against you, they're leaving invisible chemical markers, pheromones. Behavioral scientists call this scent bonding. Your cat is marking you as safe, as familiar, as theirs. So when you gently respond by petting them, staying still, or acknowledging that moment, you're reinforcing that connection. Think about that for a second. You're not just being affectionate, you're participating in a silent language. And emotionally, that changes everything. Because your cat isn't just living with you, they're building a shared identity with you. And hey, if this makes sense to you, hit like and subscribe. It helps us reach more cat lovers who actually want to understand what their cat is really saying. Have you ever watched how kittens interact with their mother? Most people don't connect that behavior to what adult cats do with humans. Here's what's actually happening. In early life, kittens learn safety through warmth, grooming, and proximity. These moments define what safe feels like. And as they grow up, they don't lose that pattern, they transfer it. So when your cat sits near you, sleeps beside you, or relaxes in your presence, they're repeating something ancient, something instinctive. Think about that. You're not just someone they live with. You've become their version of safe space. What makes this even more meaningful is that this behavior is rooted in survival. It's not casual, it's not random, it's deeply wired, and they've chosen you as the center of it. Have you ever noticed your cat doesn't act the same with everyone? Most people assume cats are just moody. Here's what's actually happening. Studies on domestic cats reveal that cats form selective bonds. They don't give the same level of attention, trust, or vulnerability to every person. They choose. So when your cat greets you at the door, follows you more than others, or relaxes more deeply around you, that's not random. Think about that for a second. They're not just reacting, they're deciding. They don't do this with strangers. They don't do this with everyone in your home. They reserve it for you. And what this reveals is simple but powerful. Your cat hasn't just accepted you, they've chosen you. Have you ever noticed how your cat looks at you in quiet moments? Not asking for food, not playing, just watching. Most people overlook it. Here's what's actually happening. Your cat is observing you in a state of calm awareness. They're not guarding, they're not preparing to run. They're relaxed and present. And that means something deeper than most owners realize. Because in the wild, stillness means safety. If a cat feels threatened, they stay alert, tense, ready. But when your cat is calm around you, they're choosing vulnerability. Think about that. They're letting their guard down in your presence. Remember earlier when I said your cat might follow you less or keep distant sometimes? This is what I was talking about. When that calm observation disappears, it's not random. It's a shift in how safe they feel. So when your cat quietly exists with you, soft eyes, relaxed body, that's not nothing. That's trust at its deepest level. Now here's something you should never ignore. What happens when your cat suddenly stops doing these things? No more following, no more quiet presence, just distance. Most people think it's normal. Here's what's actually happening. Behavioral scientists have observed that when cats reduce social or vulnerable behaviors, it often signals stress, discomfort, or emotional change. It doesn't mean your cat doesn't care anymore. It means something feels different to them. Think about that for a second. A bond built on safety doesn't fade without a reason. So when your cat pulls away, pay attention. Look at changes in your routine, your environment, your energy. Because your cat isn't withdrawing randomly, they're responding. And the way you respond back determines whether that connection returns. Don't ignore it. So when your cat follows you, sits near you, or simply exists quietly in your presence, do you actually know what that means? It's not just habit. It's not just routine. It's trust. It's safety. It's your cat choosing you as the place where they can finally relax. That's not a small thing. That's your cat going against every instinct that tells them to stay alert, just to be close to you. And that simple behavior, following you, sitting beside you, watching you, it was never small to them, and it shouldn't be small to you either.